Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just out here in the back taking stock of my garden. You know, we're getting into fall, where we're into fall, and we're getting into colder nights. And I'm kind of taking stock, looking at everything in the garden, and trying to figure out what I want to try to save, what I want to try to bring in the house to overwinter, taking stock of all the bulbs and the tubers that I'm going to have to dig up and store over the winter, as well as all the fall plants that are blooming right now. So come with me and let me take you on a little tour of my fall garden. Now, these three lovely hanging baskets were filled with calibrachoas, some lantana, and my favorite of the season for the hanging baskets are these silver falls dichondra. They grew so long and I love the silvery foliage. Definitely gonna repeat these for next season. I'm gonna try and see as an experiment if I can bring some of these inside and see how well they do over the winter as an indoor plant. Now, this beautiful white mandevilla plant was one of two plants that I rescued from the garden center's clearance pile. It took a little while, but look at this. Look at it. It's still pushing out beautiful new leaves and all of these beautiful white creamy flowers. They almost have a soft hint of pink towards the end of the petals. Just beautiful. Still giving me new growth. And the tendrils going up there. Now I'm going to try my best to see if I can overwinter this in the house. Now this is the sweet potato vine that was in my patio planters. They are still spilling over and looking fantastic. Coleus is kind of dying back. It's kind of gone to seed. I'll probably take some clippings there. I'm trying to decide whether or not to bring the palms inside. Have to do a little research on that. I think I might try that this year. Usually I just let them go. I still have some coleus over there, and my creeping Jenny should come back in that same pot. Coleus looking great, fall colors there. Need to clean up some of these plants. Now look at this. The alyssum has just taken off in the latter part of the summer. Set some seed and it's really growing there. Same with the lemon coral sedum. Now these will come back and the alyssum will self-seed itself next season. As you can see, my beautiful climbing rose got some powdery mildew or some black spot on there. So we're gonna have to cut it back and get it tied up there on the trellis for next season. The hydrangeas still pushing out some new buds. See, that one is more creamy white, but most of the older ones have turned into that beautiful shade of pink that we love to see in the autumn days. Now here I have a canna plant that I'm going to make sure that I take that one up for next, so it can come back next season. See, my rose set some shoots out. We got to clip these back and get them secured back to the trellis. And look at that beautiful canna that we have to try to get that one up and store it once the cold takes that. And here's another set of alyssums. Some more lemon coral sedum. Coreopsis here. And look at this stalk, late bloomer. And look at this beautiful show from my asters. Just love these. It's grown so much. It's almost taken over this bed, but it only kind of pops out around this time of the year in September. Still getting some beautiful dahlias here. Look at that, still going strong. And these will go right up until the frost takes them. Have to make sure we dig these up to make sure we get some more blooms next season. Look at the bee. They're doing nicely. The yuccas, some more lemon coral sedums, and the gaillardias. A few late bloomers, but most of them have gone to seed there. My geranium back there is looking okay. My sedum here. Just put on that nice burgundy color that's perfect for fall. Now these are some creeping zinnias that are still going strong. And in this bed we have some more asters here. Now this is their season. Everything's kind of going to seed. This is a perennial bed and they'll all come back next spring. Now my roses here had gotten some mildew on it, but they're all bouncing back with some beautiful new leaves here, and the Japanese beetles were kind to them this year. The Rudbeckias I'm just finishing, and I like to leave the seed heads intact for the birds. So we'll leave those, but we'll wait for the frost to take the dahlias because they're still blooming. Look at that. Still got more here. Still buds ready to bloom. Now we still have some nice days ahead. It's not frost yet. And here is the black-eyed Susans that have finished. And like I said, I like to leave these for the birds to chomp on. They like those seed heads. Had some great success with these dahlias this season. So we come along here. Now this was a foxglove here that had bloomed this season. Still has some late buds coming on, and some cannas here that are finished that we have to wait to dig those up and store. And look at these dahlias, still going strong. So many blooms. The Artemisia, that was a tiny little plant that has sure spread. Love the texture of that. Beautiful dahlias, still going strong. Lavender still smells amazing, and I'm still getting one or two lilies that are popping up from the stellas, but most of them have gone to seed. And this is the limelight hydrangea that's put on its fall color. Now this planter is full of cannas that are still going. Some of them have gone to seed that I'd like to collect, so I think I'll let them go to seed, but I'm still getting some nice flowers here, as well as all these little dahlias are still blooming all around it. Still have dahlias to bloom. Still budding, so we'll still get some nice flowers out of this, but it is on its way out. Now over here, got some beautiful cannas that are still blooming, as well as some more dahlias. We'll keep an eye on those and make sure we get those stored up nicely. We have some alyssum that have seeded itself. And look at that thyme. We've been picking thyme from that all season long. Here, we've got a lovely jumble. I have a lot of different varieties of plants. Now I have caladiums here that I would need to take up. They have a couple more weeks. And the begonias, I might bring the begonias inside. I just love those begonias. Now this beautiful little palm has some weeds growing at the base because it has these very prickly thorns there, if you can see. So you have to be very careful when removing. Now this I would like to bring inside. My sweet potato vines did well for me. Love the caladiums here. The begonias are still quite healthy. I think maybe I will bring them in. So this is the last of our tomatoes here. They're just about had it, but they're still pushing up some yummy, yummy cherry tomatoes that I eat every time I'm out here. But these did us very well. And you can see I have two more beautiful planters here that I'm contemplating saving my palms. Now my bleeding heart can be cut back. Maybe 3 weeks ago. Looks like it's pretty well established there. Set some roots. My annuals here. My sun impatiens still going strong. Didn't get too many flowers this year from my hydrangeas here. Better research as to why. Still have some blooms there, but they've kind of turned green. Everything is going to sleep. And here you can see my fall planters with my chrysanthemums have opened wide up, looking fantastic, looking very fall-like in the front. Grass now has grown up behind these bushes here, looking very fall-like. And we're just getting the last out of these summer planters. Coleus, everything is kind of verbena, still giving me some flowers. And the coleus is going to seed. There's Mr. Scarecrow. Now my summer window planters this year, or my patio planters, did very well. The greenery is still going. There's a few late blooming flowers that are still hanging on. And these are my yellow cannas that we're gonna have to definitely take inside. Now these ones are going to seed, and I think I will let them go to seed and collect the seed. So that's a little quick tour of what's going on in my garden this fall. So over the next couple weeks, I'm gonna take stock, bring some plants in, clean up some of the garden beds, and see what I can salvage for next season. Take care, guys. So that's it. I'm gonna continue to enjoy beautiful flowers like these until it gets too cold. But for now, we still have a lot of nice days out here that we can still enjoy some of these plants that we have in the garden. But for now, I'm just gonna sit and enjoy the beauty. Till next time, take care, guys. Bye-bye.